So welcome, we are recording now, and you can have your video on or off. It's up to you, but your sound is off. So welcome to this evening, and the theme is, at the moment, this is something I saw somebody's sweatshirt, aeroplane, hope is a superpower. And I never forgot it. You know, I drew this a year ago. It feels so relevant now, and what we're going through. We just have to be hopeful. We know that the COVID will end at some point. We know that life will change, and in a completely different way. Oh, let me see if I've muted. I think I haven't. Second. Okay, mute. Yeah. So you're all muted. So how life is changing, and will never be the same again, probably after this whole COVID, and also what's going on in the States with the riots and everything, and in the UK and everywhere, to do with justice for treating everybody fairly in the same way. But in Qigong, we tend to work on ourselves in order to rebalance the energy system, and also to transform emotions, because things like anger, depression, sadness, all these things, we are not the emotion. We have the emotion, we get it. It's like I heard somebody say, you get a cold. You are not the cold. So you are not anger. You get anger, and you can get rid of it. And in Qigong terms, you can transform emotions quite efficiently and quite beautifully, so they become something more constructive. So just for example, kidneys relate to fear, the emotion of fear. So when we do exercises to nourish the kidneys, we can dissolve the fear without going into the fear. We don't have to go into the emotion, but the emotions tend to transform through the practice. So this is what we're going to do. Firstly, we need to release from the body, because often not just emotions, energy gets blocked and stuck. So we want to just do some shaking and clearing out of the body and off the body. And often you can feel where in the body the energy is a bit heavy, stuck. So you just shake off the arms, off the fingers, like shaking water off the fingers, and then also the space between the fingers, clearing this space, shake off. And the fingers might feel a bit heavy, sometimes a bit painful, quite normal if we work on computers or mobile phones, or just life in general. Sometimes the energy doesn't quite reach the extremities. It gets stuck somewhere, like the elbow or the shoulder. So you just shake the whole joint, the arms, the leg, shake the leg, empty the leg up to the hip, like shaking water off the toes. Shoulders, hips. So anywhere that feels a bit heavy, stuck, you just want to shake it down to earth. The earth is the heavy element. We call it yin element. So the heaviness is attracted down to earth. The earth is asking us to drop everything down. Illness, emotion, just drop it into the earth. Drop it down, and then also more connected with the heavenly energy, which is always coming down. But often, if the body's a bit blocked, this energy can't reach through. So in Qigong, we're getting the energy flowing through the body, around the body, and you'll sense this through the session. So this part is kind of de-stressing and releasing. Fingers, space between the fingers. And if anybody has problems like with the knuckles, with the hands, the fingers relate to all the internal organs. So you want to keep the fingers always flexible and loose, and the space between the fingers clear. So if you have problems with the knuckles, for example, you can put one hand inside the other, squeeze it, like infusing the hand with warmth or energy. It's like melting one hand inside the other. This benefits the spine, the whole body, and you keep the fingers soft and the hands soft. Things like arthritis or, these things, often just the hands becoming rigid, maybe lack of use or overuse. So we try and keep everything soft, supple, and the knuckles relate also to the spine. So you can treat, it's like you can treat the body through the hands. Very useful. And if you're sitting a lot during the day, you can do this sitting down. You just shake off and squeeze and clear the space. Do quite a lot of this. You'll be treating the body as well. Standing is the feet parallel into the earth. Knees softly bent. Often when we stand, not quite aligned. So actually when you stand with the feet parallel, sometimes feels a bit uncomfortable because it's actually readjusting the posture. So this is the standing position. Then some gentle slapping. Slapping is strengthening practice. We start on the head, back of the neck, shoulders, lower back, hips, legs, bend down, feet, come up again, back of the head, back of the neck, shoulders, lower back, a bit harder here, hips. This is strengthening, especially these bigger joints that tend to get a bit overused or underused often. Knees outside of the legs. Keep the head up if you can, is more strengthening. Coming up one more time, head, back of the head, back of the neck, shoulders. Coming up, push down. So in martial arts, they do a lot of slapping. You can feel the body kind of buzzing feeling. It's like waking up the body. So if we're not so mobile, very good to just slap the different parts of the body to keep the body awake, alive, and energized. Close one hand, go to the opposite shoulder. Shoulders carry also a lot of tension, and the arms. So just slapping. Notice if you drop the arm completely, as you slap it, the strength coming in, the arm comes up. Close the fingers, strength into the arm. Drop the arm, slapping, strength into the arm. So you notice the strengthening part. And any area that's weak you're aware of, just do more slapping. Have a pause, sense the effect. Body feels quite warm, also like a bit buzzy, woken up. We've woken up the physical aspect, opening up the body more. Then cleansing part, close the fingers like this. It's like cleansing the energy from the front to the back of the head, back of the neck. Shoulders come to the front, lower back. Hips stay close, legs down to the feet, heels, shake off. It's like you're collecting the dust off the body. Any tension, often just trapped, you're just collecting everything, cleaning, purifying. This is the purifying aspect. As if you're taking a layer off the body each time, like peeling an onion. In the middle, onion is clearer. Same with the body. We take off the muddy feeling, the dusty feeling, close the fingers, cleaning. Shake off. Then a bit more for the arms, we mentioned. Shoulders to the hands, cleaning off the back of the fingers, cleaning off. And this is useful, the back of the hands for the whole body. If you feel any tension somewhere, you just clean off lower back, behind the knees. You just clean off the body energetically. It's like you're clearing, your aura, cleaning like this. Stand for a moment. So we've done some shaking, slapping, rubbing, cleansing. Standing is just standing on the earth, the feet rooted into the earth, the knees softly bent, so no pressure on the lower back. You can open the hands, look up, come up a little bit, come down the back, and rest the hands at the front. Don't hold them, just rest them here. Hands joining the feet. Just close the eyes a few moments. You close the eyes, notice the feet quite heavy into the earth. The weight of the body dropping through the feet into the earth. And follow mentally down to the center of the earth, the energy reaching the center, then it comes back to the body. So we're releasing any heavy feeling, stuck feeling, and absorbing from the earth. So this is quite strengthening. Standing like this or sitting, quite strengthening with the feet deeply into the earth. Breathing out from the mouth, in through the nose. Breathing out is like breathing the stuffy air out. Breathing in through the nose, all the fresh air. Oxygen, light, breathed in. Mentally go to the center of the earth, through the feet. Just check the whole body is included in the standing. You feel the feet very large, heavy, knees softly bent, head slightly floated up. The spine extends up a little bit, down a little bit. The tailbone down to earth, head up to heaven. So the body already becoming more insubstantial, more open. Reach the center of the earth, the energy comes back. One more time. Feet opening to the earth. Reach the center. The energy comes back. When the energy reaches the extremity, always has to return. That's a principle, Taoist principle. Even the scientists, the Big Bang Theory, same principle. The universe expands, then contracts. Contracts, expands. Energy back to the body, some general shaking in the legs, hips, arms, hands, shake off. Anything built up, sometimes even through standing, you notice some parts may be blocked. So standing is beginning to strengthen the body, calm the mind, release some of these emotions out and down. Self-healing form we'll do a little bit, not too much time tonight, but I just want to show you this very simple self-healing form. Without touching the body, fingers to the middle of the chest, open the chest. Chest is the lungs, obviously, and reach the horizon with the hands up to the heaven, look up, feel the hands can reach into the sky. The fingers slightly bent as if you can catch the energy on the fingertips. Feet long way down into the earth. Fingers catch something, bring it down to the back of the head, front, lower back. The same way we went before. Down the outside of the legs, keep the head up if you can, turn, come up the inside. So we come up the inside, middle of the chest, open, extend, to the horizon, up to the heaven. The more we go up, the more we go down to the earth. It's like the body extending up, down. Catch something, come down the back of the head, front. Lower back, down to the feet. Turn, come up the inside, open. So allow the movement to continue another 3 times without stopping. With the hands always down the outside, into the earth, turn, come up the inside, open, extend, back, front, lower back, feet, turn, come up the inside one more time. Let's do this. Back, front, down to the feet, turn. This time, don't need to bend down. You just come from the back down to the front. So that's the movement for the whole body, to bring a lot of the heavy element down to earth, clear the body, purify, get the energy flowing and moving. So we can do this also a little bit for the arms. Doesn't matter which side. One hand to the opposite hand. You come up the inside of the arm to the shoulder, down the outside. And the beauty of a lot of these movements is you can do these lying down, sitting down. If you're not quite strong enough or able to, you can gently do these, and even mentally do these. If you can't move so much, you just mentally move the energy down through the body. So the focus has been more on the body, and in a few minutes we'll do some movement with the energy beyond the body, the chi field that's always out there, this field of all possibilities, universal consciousness, natural law, all that is. I love all these words. God, whatever we call it, the energy beyond our own, what gives us life. The Chinese call it the qi, but many other words for it. Doesn't matter what word we use. It's like a vital energy, keeps us alive. Okay, once more each side. Then come to the front, hands, paws in front, facing down. Then we want to connect a bit more with the qi around us. Many different ways. This evening we'll just do this very simple one. One hand on top of the other without touching. Open the hands as if spreading an energy sheet between the hands. Can do it 3 times. So one hand on top, open, just about the width of the body, not too far apart. The 2 hands on the same level. We'll do one more time, a bit closer, you can see. Like opening an energy sheet between the hands. Then notice, if you move to your left or right, doesn't matter which side, one hand follows the other. Just gently, just sense some connection between the hands. One hand following the other. So beginning to sense as if the air becomes a bit heavier around us. That's the feeling of the qi, as if the hands are supported, guided. So from left to right, just give a bit more freedom to the hands, one hand following the other. Just see where they go. One hand following and the other hand released a bit. So just feel the hands can move in a spontaneous way wherever they go. And do this in your own way. It doesn't have to be exactly how I do it, but the main thing is keep the distance between the hands the same. That's the connection, the 2 hands moving, one following the other. As if the air very dense, as if you're swimming in water, something like that. Just sense the qi, hands quite sensitive and not too quickly. Just feel as if you just release. And they go wherever they want to go. Left to right, up and down, behind. So this is like a spontaneous part, very gentle, very simple, and just playful in a way. You sense the energy between the hands, then allow them the freedom to move. And often they want to stretch or open the body, maybe some area a bit stuck, so the hands want to open up, stretch, sometimes higher position, sometimes lower position. Just follow wherever the hands go. And many of you, I'm sure, have seen Tai Chi. Maybe you've practiced. So Tai Chi came after Qigong. Qigong is more the self-healing art, if you like. And Tai Chi is self-healing, but also with a structured movement. In Qigong, it's a more spontaneous, generally, like this. But you can understand how Tai Chi was invented came out of Qigong practice. Somebody created a beautiful form, gave it a beautiful name, like, I don't know, swimming dragon or something. And, you know, they just followed the movements and made it into a form. But tonight, just quite nice to have some freedom to allow the hands to move in this way. Then, at some point, the hands can do something a bit more regular. So we can imagine, you can follow me now, like gathering the energy from around the body back to the center, around the body back to the center. So the two hands lined up, one hand gathering, come to the center. Coming down, push the other hand out, gathering. So sometimes our energy can be out of balance, also a bit scattered around. So after the movement, we want to gather back to the center. So this is very effective, very simple movement for gathering the energy back. And down the central line here. Two hands, one on top of the other. Then one hand coming down, the other one coming up. Both hands stay down, open up, and two hands in front, right hand inside the left. Just resting the hands in front, like gathering in the heart center here. From here, the hands stay close to the body, open up, moving down towards your lower abdomen area, and rest the hands over the lower abdomen, just below the navel, below the belly button. Ladies, close the right hand on the inside the left, and men the other way around. Ladies, right hand inside. Close all the fingers. Rest the hands on the dantian. This is your main energy center. Just close the eyes gently. So we're gathering the energy back to our main energy center, the dantian, we call it in Chinese. Sense the warmth gathering here. And quite good if you can sense the breathing here as well. Feel if you gently push down, you breathe out. Breathe in, this area filling up. Press down, breathe out. Sensing the warmth, and mentally go as deep as you can into the center of the dantian, as if there's a large area here, large capacity to fill up this area with light, with warmth, but deep in the center, like a bright spark of light. So mentally just go into the center, feel all the light, chi, energy gathered to the center. When it's gathered to the center and can't go any further, then it's absorbed into the body. So this is the also self-healing part, that all the internal organs, the spine, whole body absorbing the chi, the light, down to the feet, up to the head. And each time we practice, we accumulate or build up our inner energy store. So then the energy can flow more easily around the body, can prevent illness, can recover more quickly from illness. Want to concentrate the energy further here, gently press down with the hands. Press down, gently can begin to detach. Then from here, open the hands, keep the fingers closed, stay close to the body, come to the back, to the kidneys, rest the hands over the kidneys, close all the fingers. Just sense the warmth to the kidneys. Can gently close the eyes. Kidneys, as we mentioned, relate to fear, emotion of fear. So here we warm up the kidneys, we nourish the kidneys by holding them like this, standing also, and transform or release and transform the emotion also of fear. We strengthen the kidneys, then the kidneys work better for us. And transform into something else, transform into, say, courage or strength. So the energy can't be destroyed ever, it can only be transformed. So Qigong, just this idea as well of transforming into something more positive. We don't want to hold on to any negative emotions because they will affect the body. So even if difficult things are happening around us, if we can be more balanced and healthier internally in ourselves, then we can do more to influence or to help the situation. Sometimes we get emotionally so involved that we become the emotion. We don't want to become it, we just observe, transform, and do the best we can. coming from a place of, if you like, balance. Sense the warmth in the kidneys. Do some rubbing around the kidneys. Coming down. Then hands come up in front. This is the self-healing form. The second part is just pushing down to the feet, but the arms come up in front. So this is a bit more strengthening for the whole physical body. So we've rebalanced the energy, we've gathered it more to the center, and now just reconnecting the whole system. Down to earth, up to heaven. One more time. Then 3 times without bending down, just push down to the feet. When we finish this part, anywhere feels we've been holding tension still, you can do more slapping or more rubbing, cleaning off. And just don't forget to do these. If you work sitting a lot, on the computer, in the office, you just keep the body, the energy clear and clean. And when you go into this empty state with the energy and the connection, like in the Dantian, then a lot of things can shift and transform in the body. Next part, we're going to do some sitting, and we'll do something for the heart area. And at the moment, so much going on. I think many people are suffering, and as we say in English, there's a beautiful expression. Our heart goes out to those people. We want to do something, and best way as well is gather your energy to your center and come from that place. Sometimes if our energy is scattered and we express it through anger or that never helps. So it's always good to kind of come from a place of love and power and inner peace. Inner peace is your power. So this is a very simple, nice exercise to gather the energy back to the body and also send energy and love out to wherever is needed. So just close the right hand over the heart side. Heart is on your left, of course. Might look like the right, but on your left. Close the fingers. Left hand on top, quite close together. You can see like this. Then slide the right hand on top. So not to separate like this. So right hand first, 1, 2. Stay close, slide it on top. Show you again, 1, 2, slide it on top. Close the eyes gently. Close the eyes, I'll just guide you through this for a few minutes. This is gathering the energy, the emotions back to the center, to the body. We gather them back, then we're in a better position to be of greater support, to actually come from a place of love, of peace, and also take action as well, but aligned with who we are and our energy being more grounded, centered, internally balanced. Put a smile on the face. Smiling, always good. The body recognizes when you smile. And this position helps to call the energy, any energy that's maybe depleted or weak, back to the body. So the heart area, especially, you can feel quite warm here, and sense of spaciousness around the heart. We want the heart to be fully open to receive, but also to send love, healing to where is needed in society, people we care about, situations that are difficult at the moment. Breathing can be just using the nose, in and out from the nose. And I often share one of my favorite stories. My friend Margaret went to China. She met a famous Qigong master. Said, "What's the most important thing about the practice?" He said, "Always keep a smile in your heart." And I'll never forget that. If you just lightly project, imagine your heart smiling, sense the relief, the release also, like very peaceful, spacious, smiling heart. The heart is our ruler, if you like. In the Chinese system, the mind is in the heart. In the West, we tend to separate the mind and the heart. Just drop the thoughts. Allow the heart to guide us. Come from the heart. Sense the warmth, spacious feeling. And when your energy is gathered like this, then you can mentally just send from your heart, send the healing, the love to where is needed. To those closer to us as well. Gathering back to the heart. Also, even though things might seem difficult, just to be grateful for the basic things that we have. It's easy to forget that if we're watching this, or we have a home, or we have a job, or we have enough money to eat, that's more than most people in the world. We're luckier and more blessed than most people in the world. So just gratitude for the basic things and anything else you can think about. It's quite good exercise to do every day. Just be grateful, mentally think of all those things. You raise your energy. You accelerate healing. You reduce stress. I'm just grateful that we can be here, sending love to where it's needed, energy, positive energy, hope. Can start finishing this part. Just reinforce the idea. The heart, spacious, vibrant, smiling. Every cell of the body smiling and grateful. And then in this state, we can do more. Hands together, like in a praying position. Press the fingertips together. Come down 3 times. Rub the hands together. Always quite good to finish well, to clear the mind. Sometimes the mind accumulates thinking. Clean off from the face. And the division between the hair and the face. And a very good way to clear the mind is just moving the energy from the front to the back. You look up, breathe in deeply, Breathe in oxygen into the brain, the eyes. So very simple exercise, but good to also clear even like emotions and thoughts. The mind quite clear. Down to the feet. Last 3 times. Energy. Always push down, reach the feet. So as humans, we're connected heaven to earth. Up here with the self-healing, down to earth. And when you connect the energy, it helps to rebalance the body, rebalance the emotions, empty the mind, rest the mind. So you're in a better state. From that state, then we can all achieve a lot more and then be more hopeful, and hope is a superpower. So I will unmute us and we can have a chat. Actually, maybe can you unmute yourselves? I can't seem to unmute. Unmute. Yeah, please. Yeah, you can unmute yourself. So if there's any questions, anything, any observation, maybe put in 0 to 10, how you were before, how you are now. It's always quite good to kind of benchmark, and hopefully we feel more settled, at least something. And also when you're in that settled state, you have mental clarity, we can take more positive action rather than, maybe destructive action, or come from an angry place, which is inevitable with these situations. But, we are in control of our emotions. They're not. Any questions anyone has? Any observations? Just put into the chat the figure before and after, maybe. For any questions, especially if you haven't done Qigong before. Very quiet group, which is okay. Okay, we got some 7s, great, 4 to 6. Brilliant. Yeah, should always improve, and actually through practice, you start learning quite quickly. For example, you have a headache, do this, 1-2 minutes, headache's gone. Shoulder pain, you do some slapping, clearing, clear it quite quickly. And so if with Qigong practice, you start noticing the body tells you what's wrong, the emotions tell you what's wrong, then we can do something to correct it rather than allowing things to build. Because when things build, cause quite a lot of problems long term. And I think if you practice well, nobody should really get any serious illness without getting a lot of warning. I think often when people get things, heart attack, cancer, these things, the body is giving us many warnings for a long time. Things suddenly, but if we're not tuned into our energy, then we're not really aware of it. Great way to stay on top of things, and with things like the COVID, keep the immune system strong. If you do get ill, recover quickly. So those are the 2 main things I would say. Okay, so let me see. Any questions? Everyone's very shy, which is okay. Okay, very quiet and. Okay, we don't have to ask questions. So thank you for. I'm gonna stop the recording, and then I'll put this up, and you'll have a copy of it in practice, either the de-stressing, releasing, or the form and the movement, which can be longer or shorter. And then definitely this one is a very good one to do, especially maybe nighttime, sleeping, calm the whole system down. Or if you feel emotional, angry, anything like that, you can really kind of settle the heart, and the heart is the kind of ruler the other organs. So thank you for joining me, and take care of yourselves, everyone.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Stay safe and take care of yourselves. Thanks. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.